honestly, I wanted her the opportunity to be the potential bachelorette.
And you saw Becca last night. Had you seen?
Guys, what you just saw is Ari saying something that I said last night when I recorded what you're about to listen to. So before I even watched any of the interviews, the only interview I watched last night was the Jimmy Kimmel, because I was already sitting at the TV after everything happened. But he never said this, what you just saw. He said this morning, and I said exactly that. I said Ari was so, upset because of what he did. He should not have proposed. He allowed the pressure from the show to get to him, so he proposed, and in some way he wanted to help Becca, even though being a bachelorette, it's not him. But Becca, like I said, you're going to hear me say this a lot, she's in love with love and in love with being in love, and it doesn't matter who the man is. As long as you love her, respect her, and do all of the things that a good man is supposed to do, she will be just fine with that. Because if she was in love with Ari and was so devastated, she would not have accepted being the bachelorette, okay? But Ari allowed the show to record him, and he stayed there as long as he could for them to get the footage, because he knew in some way Becca was going to be the bachelorette, and in some way some form of forgiveness was going to come in that, you know what, here I go, I get to find the love of my life while getting paid for it as well, and being a part of this amazing franchise. Because say what you want about this franchise, it does lead to sisterhood and a long line of success if you play your cards right. So let's go ahead and get into the episode. What's up, my Vina loves? It's Miss Vina D coming to you all from Vina Entertainment News. All right, let's just jump right into it. All right, so Becca is the new bachelorette. For those of you who watched it, you are aware at this point. Now, this is my thing, because Becca sat there and said that, she's in love with Ari. She still loves him. And there were some times that she said loved, but there were some times that she said, yes, I love him, and meaning in the present tense. And I understand, on the other hand, he fell in love with two people, and one person he fell head over heels in love and just completely gone, and then the other person, he loved them, but that choice was the choice that made sense to America, and the pressure from TV, and I have to propose, and I have to pick the one that makes sense, and all of that led him to make the decision that he made. Eventually, no, I'm not going to move on and hang in here for a year and get married and have kids just to turn around and be like, what the heck did I just do? I didn't wait 36 years to find the one, just to end up with someone that just the person who don't take my breath away. Something was going on, like I said, behind the scenes, just how ABC cut out some of Rachel and Brian's stuff. Something was happening behind the scenes that we didn't see. I don't know if ABC was trying to build his love story with Becca. I'm not sure what's going on, because most people couldn't understand what was this infatuation and this feeling coming from for Lauren B, when all she did most of the time was sat there. But you never know, some people on camera, I don't want my business out there, and then behind the scenes is different. So maybe there was something deeper happening behind the scenes that we did not get to see. And Ari even said that when watching the episode back, there were times that he was like, oh my goodness, like they didn't show this part or show that part. So I feel like that's what happened to them in this case, because people still couldn't understand, man, God, he picked a girl who he had to reassure all the time, a girl that can barely respond to certain things and all of that. I'm going to include a part where I talk about they were on Jimmy Kimmel. I'm going to include that in a few seconds here. But let's talk about Becca. Okay, so no one is saying, so this man proposed to her and then went back to the other chick. Okay, I get it. And she shouldn't have to put her life on hold for someone who have moved on, is engaged. When I say put her life on hold, I mean allow her feelings to process, to come back from the hurt, and you know, for her heart to be mended and all of that, and then put herself back out there. That would be the normal process. But you know, I 100% believe, and I'm speaking from what I saw. I can't speak for Becca. I don't know Becca. Becca is in love with being in love. I don't think she was really in love with Ari. I think she's in love with being in love, and anyone that can come to fill that void, as long as they treat her nice, they're honest, and you know, all of that, that's it. It doesn't necessarily, it could be any man. But I don't think she was in love with Ari. She was in love with being in love and having someone physically there to fill whatever void that she was experiencing in her life, especially being in a back and forth, up and down, twisted relationship for over 7 years, okay? And then her ex agreeing to come on the show to literally ruin what she was building. Not was, but what she had built with Ari just shows you the type of person that he is, and just shows you a glimpse of their relationship. He wasn't there to get his girl back. Absolutely not. ABC was building this whole thing up because they knew that if things didn't go the way that, because they knew behind the scenes how conflicting Ari was, that it was building this thing up because they knew that she was going to be the Bachelorette. Okay, now my thing is about the point about Becca being in love with being in love. That's exactly what happened. Okay, I took time off work, whatever it is that she does, because you know, the ladies, when you are, well, male or female, when you are there for someone else, you don't get compensated. The lead gets compensated. So this whole time these girls were there, they're not getting compensated. However, in the long run, they end up getting all of that money back if they play the show the right way, if they make sure that, you know, they're popular and they're not one of the forgotten ones, you know. Exactly what the girl Caroline did, because I'm going to include these comments in here. Everyone is asking the same question. Wow, out of nowhere now you're sitting on the couch and Becca is in your lap. We don't even remember you. Where did you come from? You understand what I'm saying? You were not even top 5. Those are some of the comments, and I'm going to include them in here. You have to know how to play the game. I'm not saying these ladies don't build long-lasting, amazing relationship and sisterhood. Of course they do, but you have to be smart. Is you know, Hollywood, and people are quickly forgotten. I'm not saying they're in Hollywood as in they're this, you know, famous people, but they are at this point. Anyways, so Becca is like, first of all, when she turned on the $6 grand because she knew she was going to get something higher. What is in it for me? Okay, I've been embarrassed on this show. My ex, you know, came on the show and added insult to injury. The guy that I love, or the guy that was filling the void, is not here anymore. I'm going to go ahead and take this money, and I'm going to go ahead and be a part of such an amazing, you know, franchise. Because say what you want about the Bachelor, Bachelorette, whatever the case might be, it's, you know, once you're in, you're in. It's almost like this dysfunctional family unit, and then you get to be the lead, you know. So I completely understand where she was coming from, but Becca is no different than what Ari, listen, follow me now, I'm not comparing her to Ari. I'm not saying that she's no different than him. What I'm saying is she's in love and was so quickly to, you know, be like, you know what, I'm okay, I'm good, I'm ready to meet new men, and happy, hugging, about to move on. If her heart was that prepared to do the same thing, to move on with other people, that's what Ari did. His heart was prepared to move on with Lauren, and he moved on with her. The other thing too, if you all think for a second that ABC did not know what they were doing, Please, this is reality TV, okay? You're trying to tell me, oh yeah, Ari just got up one day and said, hey, camera crew, follow me, break up with Becca? Absolutely not. ABC knew exactly what they were doing, because guess what now? The shows was boring, right? Oh, it's so boring. Ari is this, Ari is that. What is the hot topic now? My point, okay? Had this not been filmed, Becca would not be the Bachelorette. Becca knew exactly what happened, and that's why she sat on that couch and said, I forgive him. I'm okay now. Because, let me tell you something. Ari is the reason why she's the Bachelorette, because he knew what he was doing was going to be so hard, but he had to follow his heart. So it was like, what can I do to hopefully in the long run help Becca? Okay, yes, I'm going to agree to have this film. Had this not been filmed, had Ari just showed up with Lauren on the couch and said, you know what, I know this is so strange to all of you, but you know, hey, I fell in love with Lauren even more after, and that's why she's here, and Becca and I broke up and all of that. And people would have cared and said, oh my God, it's so, but it wouldn't have been as raw as it was on camera to make all of America just, oh my God, what's so sad for Becca. So yes, Becca, personality, who she is, her beauty, all of that led her here. However, Ari bringing the camera crew is 100% the reason why Becca is the Bachelorette, and I'll also tell you why. Okay, you saw part 1. The comments were not nice. If you missed it, go to part 1 and watch the part where I talk about Chris Harrison. Well, not talk about, I actually added a screen record, and Chris Harrison comments section was a mess, and people saying, we're not going to watch the show anymore, we're done with this show, you guys did her dirty. It was terrible. My thing is, no matter how successful you are, no matter how successful a show is going and all of that, without the people, these celebrities are nothing. If fans don't buy the tickets, there's no tour. If fans don't buy the album, there's no record deal, because eventually you're running out of money, you're not making the money back. The record companies are like, have a nice life. If fans don't sit there and watch the show, your show is going to get canceled because it's not getting the ratings that it needs. So ABC knew exactly what they were doing, because I want you, some of you who have social media, and even if you don't have social media, to just type in Chris Harrison Instagram. It's going to take you directly to his Instagram page. You don't need to have Instagram to view his page, and compare the comments from when they aired that live, well, it wasn't live, but they aired the raw footage, to now. Everyone is, oh yes, Chris, I knew you were going to come through. ABC is amazing. You are amazing. Thank you for choosing Becca. They knew exactly what they were doing, because people are right back where they needed to be. Can't wait to watch the show again, and can't wait to support Becca. And guess what? The ratings is going to be through the roof, and it's going to be right back to the way it used to be. So don't for a second think this whole thing wasn't planned and it's a shocker and ABC didn't know. The other thing that also got to me was these girls, okay, I'm putting quotation mark for this whole friendship, whatever. These girls talking about, they were so contradicting. It's like, this is disgusting, this is so terrible, this is so bad. But I think one or two of them said they were okay with the scene being aired live because they wanted to see what happened. So where's this outrage coming from? I can believe ABC aired that. I can believe ABC and the Bachelor franchise are so heartless to have aired a breakup. I can believe. But her so-called friends all sat there on that couch and said, we are glad that we got to see what happened. So which one is it? Y'all can't say the show is disgusting for doing her like that, and Ari is this disgusting person, but then it was okay for them to air it. Like, whose side are you on? Which one is it? You know what I'm saying? So everyone knew exactly what was going on. Becca knew exactly what was going on. Becca knew this thing gonna, if it goes on TV, I'm definitely gonna be the Bachelorette. This whole thing is no shocker. So for those of you who have blinders on and just think, oh my God, please. ABC knows exactly how to string their fans along. Not ABC as a network. I keep saying ABC because that's where the show airs. Bachelor Nation knows exactly how to string their supporters along. Oh, get mad today, you will be right back tomorrow smiling with us, being happy, all of that. That's one thing. The other thing is the other thing is these girls. Now, before I say anything about baby Becca and Caroline, I'm gonna go ahead and be comments on the screen to just show how America feels. That Vina is not sitting over here hating. I don't hate anyone. Hate is such a strong word. And I already said, he who angers you controls you. So absolutely, under no circumstances am I ever going to allow a total stranger that I've never met in my life to ever get me to that level to say, oh, I hate them. Absolutely not. It's just a TV show. But I'm not the only one who saw these things, and I'm not the only one who agree that these girls were just being bullies. They would just be obnoxious, just doing anything for airtime. Now, you all know that rock with and support our girl Rachel Lindsay. This whole Bachelor Nation relationship between us, you know, started because of me posting about Rachel. So ironically, what I'm about to show you all are two men that have a connection to Rachel in a way. The Bachelor Nick, Rachel was on his season, and then Dean was on Rachel Bachelorette season. Not only are the people in the comments dragging Caroline, agreeing with me, and like I said, I'm not here for bullying and all of that, but she was just too extra, and people are just voicing their opinion on how her being all extra made them feel, right? And apparently Nick and Dean feels the same way. So go ahead and watch this, just this clip. I want you all to come back because I'm going to post the entire thing, but in a completely separate video. It's one of the funniest thing ever. Go ahead and watch this.
What you did? What's your name again?
Let's go.
I really have no idea who you are.
That's what I said.
See you in paradise.
Well, now that should bring you up to speed. I really hope you enjoyed our quick recap.
Exactly my point, guys. It's like she came out of nowhere, screamed, and it's like, see you in paradise. Like, I've laughed so hard, but everything I've been saying, that girl sat at home and she was like, man, listen, this is my last chance and I need to make this work, because like this is my last chance, and baby, the Oscar goes to, did it work? I mean, it worked so well that Becca was literally sitting on this girl's lap. All of them who claim Crystal is the attention seeker and was there for fame and the cameras, where's Crystal? Crystal is on vacation somewhere, posting her final goodbyes on social media and is minding her business. She's not seeking attention, wanting to be in the camera and wanting to be at every live show, whatever, regardless if Chris Harrison invited these extra women or not to be there, you know, for Becca or whatever the case might be. You don't see Crystal, my point, all right? So go ahead and watch the, and I watch, let's go ahead and continue the video. All of the extra stuff was unnecessary. Be upset that, you know, Becca got hurt. I get it. It's understandable. Absolutely. But okay, the man proposed because he felt pressured. And and all of this thing, and he was like, you know what, I have to propose, and he should not have, you know, done, and he apologized. But God works in mysterious ways, because I'm not bringing God into this whole mess. I'm just saying, as it relates to Becca and her feelings, look at her now, right? She's gonna be the Bachelorette. So at the end of the day, yeah, kudos to Ari for doing what he did. As far as saying, yes, this could be filmed. Also, for the people who keep saying, she said leave, that part, I said yes, he should have left. But you have to understand, guys, this is a TV show. Stop taking things so literal and thinking that this man had all of this control. You're really trying to tell me right now that he's gonna call ABC and say, this is what I'm planning to do? They're gonna pay for plane tickets and pay for and do all of this stuff just for it to be 5 minutes? Absolutely not. That man could not leave the house. ABC needed the footage. He's on a contract. This whole fake thing about, oh, he had control, he could have done this. Once he said to them, I'm going to do this, and they decided to bring the camera in there, there's no way they were going to go through all of that just to get 5 seconds of footage. Okay, Becca, I apologize. I don't want to be with you now. We're good. Absolutely not. They needed the footage, so that's why you saw him walking around, going back, trying to talk to her, and all of that. And I get it. I 100% get it. He was getting footage for the show. Yes, of course, he cared. No, Becca wasn't okay. Most of you, what is the first thing that leave your mouth when somebody fall or something bad happen? Are you okay? So why all of a sudden now this guy is such a, whatever the case might be, because he asked the woman, are you okay? It's a habit. And I'm not laughing. The situation is funny to me because I'm just like I'm not sad for the girl. I had empathy because of, you know, the back and forth, the ex-boyfriend doing crap, and then she got broke up with. But look at how quickly her heart healed for that check and for the new man. Okay? Goodbye. And some of you are not going to be okay with this review, but I'm fine with it, because the reason why I'm laughing, I'm saying girl bye, because I see through reality TV mess, man. And that's why I'm laughing, because I'm like, someone who was so wounded and so heartbroken, and oh my God, to that extent, who have been like, thank you so much for the offer, but my heart just can't take it right now. I need to get over Ari. I need a few months to do that, and then I'm gonna go ahead and consider this the next time. No, her heart healed real quick for that check in the leading role, because she wants to be in love. She love, and whoever that can fill that void, as long as they don't, you know, they're not dishonest and everything is good, she's good. So Ari is not the problem here as far as the love part, because Becca is ready emotionally and happy to jump right back in there and seek love. You understand what I'm saying? And that's that. What else am I gonna say? And no, I'm not being a hypocrite, guys, because Rachel leave next season, and then right there in Finland, the show approached her and asked her if she wanted to be the Bachelorette, and she said sure. So for those of you who might say, well, Vina, Rachel was also in love and heartbroken and all of that, so what do you have to say for the fact that she, you know, was ready right there and then to say, sure, I'll be the Bachelorette? That's what I'm saying. When you are in love with love, there's nothing wrong with being in love with love. When you are in love with love, it doesn't matter who shows up to fill that void. As long as the person is respectful and meet the qualities that you're looking for, you will move on with anyone quickly, as long as they fit the mold that you're looking for. Now, Rachel loved Nick, right? But let's just say and Becca says she loved Ari. Let's just say that love and that infatuation and that this is my husband was 100% just on that man. And oh my God, I can't imagine my life without him. I can't get over him. That's what Becca said. If it was like that, she wouldn't be the Bachelorette. It would be, thank you for the opportunity, Chris and ABC, but right now I am so heartbroken. I'm still thinking about Ari. I'm still in love with him, and I need time to get him and that out of my system, and then maybe I'm gonna cycle back around and be the Bachelorette. If the love that everyone is screaming about, that she was in love with Ari, was that, then she wouldn't be the Bachelorette. However, I'm being repetitive, but because she's in love with love, that's why she's being the Bachelorette. And that's why maybe I'm not so as, oh my God, Becca, I feel so bad for you, like everybody else, because she loved that guy. Anyways, let's go ahead and, because they did do the interview with Jimmy Kimmel, so I'm going to go ahead and include that. And also, but he just had me cracking up, because you know he just kept shading Ari, like, do you go to the restaurant and pick this and then change your mind? And Becca is just so easygoing, like, you know, my family is easygoing, I'm easygoing. It was, you know, it was almost like I loved him, he came back, I said yes. You know, it was shout out to Jason and his wife for coming out tonight and basically saying, listen man, we're not saying that it's right what happened, but hey, we've been married for 8 years, we have a child, and you know, it works. Whatever the case might be, man, I am wishing Ari and Lauren the best. Lauren is just a sweet young girl that she just wanted her man and want to be happy, just want to get away, turn off social media and just enjoy each other, and that's it. Because her proposal, I felt bad. I was like, oh, poor little thing, you know. Nobody, I mean, people care, but not really. It was just, but you know, kudos to her. And you know, Brian was saying, it was me, I'm out. You guys want to see all that in the episode. I'm about to do it on them, but I just thought that it was hilarious. But congratulations to Becca on being the new Bachelorette. I know Tia, you know, yeah, I was happy for her, but they had to give it to the girl. That's the least ABC could do, especially when they're talking about hope. They leave this girl alone, let her go and do her thing, and they don't try to drag her ex-boyfriend back in the mix by having him being, you know, one of her suitors to come on. Just like, dude, just move on, because at this point it's ridiculous. But you know, I'm wishing everyone, man, the best. It was a very interesting season. And guys, I said this in the part 1, I'm gonna say this here again. I'm not excusing Ari for anything he did. All I'm saying is, as it relates to love and feelings, it is okay for you to change your mind. It is okay for you to break up and move on. You only get to do this thing called life one time, and if you're not happy, don't stay in something to please anyone. And had he followed his heart and not do something to please everyone, he would not have proposed to Becca. And you know what? The universe have a very interesting way of working, because look at Becca now. Okay, she's the Bachelorette. So I'm not excusing anything he did. I just hope that he and Lauren, you know, work out. And if not, it's all good. He followed his heart. He went out and put it all out there. Whether it works out or not, he's still going to be happy, because you know what? He followed his heart, and he does not have a what if. So yeah, that's what I have to say about that. If there's anything that I forgot or that I didn't talk about, you know, I'll always find a way to squeeze it in somewhere. But I'm going to go ahead and end it here. I'm wishing you all an amazing day. Remember to always have the God bless attitude, which is being positive at all times and seeing the good in every situation. Have a great day, guys. God